Tonight on CTV News at 5, Family Day fun in the fog. How those who didn't have to work enjoyed the day, taking advantage of this snowy winter. Plus, a life-saving donation. The Brantford butcher preparing to give a part of his liver and what inspired him to do it. And how artificial intelligence is being used in healthcare. Ashley Bacon checks out the pros and cons of the technology. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. First at 5, a foggy family day. That didn't stop people from getting out and enjoying time together. Waterloo Region had many events happening inside and out all across Chicopee Ski Hill. Skiers and snowboarders slipping on the snow today. Officials with the ski hills say it was busy all weekend with seasoned pros as well as first-timers on the ice. A lot of the buzz coming amid the Olympics with people trying to get in on the action they've been watching on their TVs.
Anytime the Olympics happen, we see new people in the sport who want to be out here trying skiing and snowboarding.
We live in Hamilton. We're originally from Brazil, so we don't have skiing in our history.
I ski here regularly, and they decided they wanted to come up for Family Day, and we'd done this once before a couple of years ago, so they wanted to come back again this year and do it again.
At 6, CTV's Karis Mapp will have more on the other Family Day fun happening today. And speaking of skiing, over in Italy, Canada's Megan Oldham won her second medal of the Olympics this afternoon, taking gold in freestyle ski big air. Well, the Premier is also marking Family Day with a video message for all Ontarians.
Happy Family Day, Ontario. I hope everyone across the province gets the chance to spend quality time with loved ones on this Family Day long weekend. It's a great time to get outside and enjoy all of what Ontario has to offer. Family Day reminds us of what matters most, and that's why we're working to strengthen our economy, create good-paying jobs, keep costs down, and protect Ontario families today and for generations to come. Happy Family Day, Ontario.
Well, Ashley Bacon's here to join us and talk about the weather. Ashley, you saw some people outside at Chicopee.
Yes.
You saw in the Premier's message people enjoying the time outside. It looked warm. It looked enjoyable.
It was a perfect weekend to get out and enjoy
But does
winter.
it stay that way?
Well, look, we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to winter weather, Colton, so we just got to take the days as they come. And today wasn't so bad, and tomorrow won't be so bad, but we're in for a little bit of the wet stuff a little later in the week. First, let's take a look back out at Chicopee, or rather, let's look at our special statement board first. Winter conditions are on their way for Wednesday, so we are keeping an eye on a freezing rain with ice buildup between 5 and 10 millimeters possible and around 5 centimeters of snow possible. And that's because we're going to be hovering around that freezing mark, accompanied by a winter storm watch near Wyerton, north of Mount Forest, towards southern Georgian Bay, where you'll see between 10 and 15 centimeters of snow with 2 to 5 millimeters of freezing rain buildup. So we're in for a wintry mess this week, but right now 1 degree in Waterloo Region, so not too bad. And if we head back out to Chicopee, you can see there's probably lots of people out at Chicopee still enjoying that 1 degree weather, Colton. So what I would suggest is maybe get out and enjoy it over the next day or so, because there might be a couple of days off from being outside.
You say we're not out of the woods. It's a 100-acre wood right now. It just keeps going and going and going. Well, thank you, Ashley. We'll check in later. And here's what you need to know. The Kitchener Rangers are back in action on home ice this Friday night, facing off against the Windsor Spitfires. Puck drop is at 7. Tickets can be found online or at the box office. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, a third shift will begin at work at Windsor's Stellantis plant tomorrow. The shift will include 1,700 jobs, including 250 of which will be filled by workers from the company's shuttered Brampton plant. Work there was stopped when Stellantis moved production to the United States. The new Windsor shift will produce Chrysler's minivans as well as 2026 Dodge Chargers. Roughly 6,000 people will be employed at Windsor's Stellantis facility. A butcher from Brantford is doing more than carving meats these days. He's also preparing to give a part of his liver. As CTV's Karis Mapp explains, the anonymous donation was inspired by the passing of his friend.
When Zach Baker isn't mastering his craft, he can be found cracking a joke or chatting with his regular customers.
I've been at the Cambridge Farmers Market now since 2010, on and off, and there's been people that I've been serving every week since then.
Even fellow vendors feel the impact of his positivity.
I think it was the first week, maybe the second week, he jumped into my spices and instantly took my Greek spice and put it into his pre-made pork chops.
Now carving out kindness in his community, the butcher of over 15 years decided in December to donate a part of his liver to someone close to him.
A friend of mine who he's been sick for decades. The need was there, and the ask went out because he was on the list of recipients in need, and they needed a match.
Medical history and paperwork testing confirmed what everyone involved had hoped.
I kind of emerged as the #1 choice, at least on paper, which then led itself to booking some physical testing.
Following extensive blood work and scans, everything was set for a March 2nd donation date. But before the surgery could happen, his friend passed away.
His family knew that I was going through the testing, and we were able to spend some time together and share that information. Told him to mark, March 2nd on the calendar type deal, because that's what we were working towards.
With all the screening and tests completed, as well as a surgery date already booked, Zach chose to continue with the process, opting for an anonymous donation instead.
I've heard the stat thrown around that about 25% of people on the recipient list pass away before there's ever a match.
And officials say the need is greater than ever.
There are currently hundreds of Canadians awaiting liver transplantation. And unfortunately, the supply of organs is simply not there to meet the demand as it stands now. And that demand and number is actually expected to increase over the years as the prevalence of liver disease rises.
Now, the same people Baker has given to over the years are stepping up to return the favor.
I am donating 50% of all of my proceeds from every single Greek blend that is sold between now and when he returns to the market.
A customer-led GoFundMe was also set up to help his family during the lengthy recovery period. With the countdown continuing, Baker says he's excited for the impact he'll have on someone's life.
I've been asked a lot, like, oh, are you nervous? Or like, you starting to get scared? And I haven't been. Really glad that I'm going to be able to help somebody.
Karis Mapp, CTV News, Cambridge.
A revealing snapshot this week about how often Canadians are using AI for health information. A Canadian Medical Association survey finding about half of Canadians are using AI tools, but it also found people were 5 times more likely to experience harmful outcomes this way. Medical Officer of Health for the Guelph area, Dr. Nicola Mercer, is here to discuss this with us. Thank you for being here, Dr. Mercer.
Oh, thank you for having me.
First, let's define what AI is and what that means.
So AI stands for artificial intelligence, and you've probably heard names like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Copilot. And essentially what it is, it's an artificial intelligence chatbot that actually will respond to your questions or your messages in such a way that you actually think you're talking to a person. That's how realistic it is, but you're not. It's all just artificially intelligence generated conversation.
And how concerned are you about this survey, what this survey has found?
Well, I'm certainly concerned, but I'm really not surprised. Anytime we have a new tool, and I'm going to say that artificial intelligence or these chatbots are definitely a new tool, we have to understand what their limitations are. So when it comes to health information, there really is no substitute for your physician. One of the problems with these tools are artificial intelligence actually has all of the intelligence of the entire earth, everything, that knowledge that we could possibly imagine, but it sometimes doesn't quite know which ones are correct information and which ones are not. So we call that a hallucination. So you ask it a medical question, but the answer may not be actually correct.
Very interesting. And is there a way that AI can be helpful for finding any kind of health information?
Well, in the same way that Google can be helpful at times, it does perhaps give you a starting point or a variety of things that you can consider. But I really want to encourage you to always take it with a little grain of salt, because some of those things are not going to be true. And therefore, I'm hoping that you have access to a healthcare provider who can sort of look at that in your context, where you live, your age, who you are, and your past health history and sort of put that all into context. So I'm not saying don't use it. I'm sure we're all going to use it. It's certainly a fabulous tool, but there still are quite a few things that it can't know. And one of the things it can't do is examine you.
Of course. Now, on the other side of things, how helpful has AI been to doctors and professionals in the medical sector?
Well, we're only really, I would say, at the tip of the iceberg for this. So certainly it is helpful. There's lots of tools that are available. For example, within, actually here in public health as well as in primary care, we use scribes. Those are sort of models where they are able to take your conversation with the doctor and turn them into medical notes, sort of making it very concise and much better for the physician who's having the conversation with you. Here in public health, we also have a chatbot, but it is limited to the sites that we choose. It's truly a generative AI chatbot, but we limit the sites so that we know that you get good advice. We also use it for a lot of other things. So it's often will be very good for taking voice to text or sometimes scraping photographs to get data out of them. So there's lots of things you can do with this that are good. However, we're really just at the early stages of this, what I would call is an artificial intelligence revolution.
Absolutely. And lastly, what are some of the takeaways for all of us here, given how often AI is working and it gets, in our lives every day now?
Yeah, so whether you think you're not using it, you are using it. It's really out there all the time, whether it's like with Siri, for example, or any of the other tools. It is sort of becoming just commonplace. I would encourage people to understand it. So think about it, learn about it, understand how it works, and there you'll understand a little bit of its limitations. And of course, above all, please don't use it for your sole source of medical information or for other things. You don't want to use it as your sole source of conversation either. We really need, as people, we actually do need real people in our lives and not just artificial intelligence people.
Very good advice indeed. Thank you so much for being here today, Dr. Mercer.
Thank you for having me.
We are the first, racing business to bring young stars to Canada.
Still ahead on CTV News at 5, the hit fitness race sweeping across the nation. Hydrox lands in Kitchener, featuring a unique event for kids. And here's what you need to know. Look for something fun for the whole family to do tonight. Pops and Rubies in Cambridge is hosting Music Bingo, Disney, and Kids Movie Soundtrack Edition. The fun starts at 7. More news after the break. To pull Ashley away from watching the Olympics in time to continue doing the weather here on the news. But Ashley, you might actually have some good weather for watching the rest of the Olympics coming up.
I mean, from the ice that the Canadians are currently on overseas to the ice here, it's all winter, right? Mm-hmm. No, the good news is we've had such beautiful weather. A little, I would call it a taste of spring over the weekend. I even barbecued yesterday, Colton.
Good for you.
Thank you.
What'd you make?
I made burgers.
Ooh.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. But, we are still in the middle of winter, and unfortunately, I got to be the bearer of bad news for some and probably great news for others that winter weather is on its way. Let's take a look at Chicopee. I know there's going to be a lot of happy riders out there today because nice, mild conditions, perfect to get out on the ski hill this afternoon. And the good news is we are looking at another day of pretty decent weather tomorrow, but in between, we're going to see some freezing drizzle overnight. Wednesday, however, we are now expecting a relatively large winter storm to make its way through our region. Let's start there from Environment Canada with a special weather statement. Hazardous winter conditions expected for Wednesday. Freezing rain with ice buildup, potentially 5 to 10 millimeters of that buildup. And of course, with it, a little bit of snowfall. Because we're going to hover around that freezing mark, we might also see around 5 centimeters of snow. But depending on where you are, you might even get more up near Wyerton, north of Mount Forest, in southern Georgian Bay. We're looking at a winter storm watch, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, 2 to 5 millimeters of rain, ice rain buildup. So we could see pretty hazardous conditions on roadways over the next few days. You make sure you are taking time if you're headed out on Wednesday. There's a little band of precipitation that is currently in the mix up near Wyerton and Mount Forest, predominantly rain. We're going to going to see a little bit of that come through Kitchener, Waterloo over the next few hours. But by tomorrow morning, around the normal commute times, we're going to see relatively cloudy skies, but not a lot of precipitation. We might even get the sun a little bit as we get into sunset tomorrow night. But it's Tuesday overnight into early Wednesday morning that we're expecting that second system to come through with a more significant punch. Let's take a look at what's happening right now across the country. It is raining in Vancouver, very comfortable 5 degrees for Victoria and Vancouver, sitting at the freezing mark in Calgary. In the Prairie Provinces, 2 in Regina, -2 in Winnipeg. As we get closer to our nation's capital, -2 in Ottawa. On the East Coast right now, sun's already setting in St. John's and -2. Right here in Waterloo Region, we're looking at 1 degree, and that is our expected overnight low. So we're not dipping down very cold tonight, and that's part of the reason why we're going to see that freezing drizzle, just because we're sitting around that freezing mark. Tomorrow, though, temperature is expected to warm right back up to around 4 degrees with cloudy conditions for the most part of the day. Looking at our almanac back in 2015, -34.1 was our overnight low. So by comparison, 1 degree, a walk in the park. Our 5-day forecast, those sleet conditions on Wednesday, 1 degree is our high. Cloudy for Thursday, but Colton by Friday, the sleet and flurry combination is back in the mix.
Not excited for it, but it's just a part of winter. Thank you, Ashley. Well, Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Duvall died peacefully in his home in Virginia yesterday, according to his wife. The 95-year-old played in iconic films in his decades-long career, including The Godfather 1 and 2, Apocalypse Now, To Kill a Mockingbird, and his Oscar-winning role in 1983's Tender Mercies. Duvall was nominated for 7 Oscars in total. His wife says he gave everything to his characters and now leaves something lasting and unforgettable for us all. Let's take a look at what's trending. Canada has added another medal to its haul at the Winter Games, with short track speed skater Courtney Saroux securing her 3rd medal of the Games. The 25-year-old from Moncton, New Brunswick earned a silver medal in the 1,000-meter race. She previously won silver as part of the mixed relay team and also earned a bronze in the women's 500-meter event. And sure, it's cold outside and the Winter Olympics are still on, but baseball season is just around the corner. The Toronto Blue Jays conducting their first full squad workout today in Florida. The Jays took to the field at Dunedin's TD Ballpark with several new faces around the clubhouse. The players this morning stretching and running as spring training kicks into high gear. Toronto starts preseason action next weekend when they face the Philadelphia Phillies. And moviegoers fell in love with a new take on a literary classic this Valentine's Day weekend.
Heathcliff is gone. You must accept it.
The adaptation of Wuthering Heights brought in $34.8 million US across North America. That put the film in first, followed by animated basketball movie GOAT, which secured $26 million in ticket sales. Heist film Crime 101 debuted in third with $15.1 million. And here's what you need to know. Grab your friends and head to Maxwell's concerts and events on March 14th for interactive music bingo. This event is 19+. Tickets are $25 and can be found online ahead of time. More news just ahead.
Retro Rollers is now open in Kitchener, and Bounce 99.5 is taking over. CTV Kitchener is giving you the chance to win your way into an exclusive bounce party and $500 to Retro Rollers. Enter now at ctvkitchener.ca.
In tonight's Digital Dive, the Year of the Snake is coming to a close, and we're galloping straight into the Year of the Horse. The Lunar New Year begins tomorrow, kicking off 15 days of celebrations around the world. Light shows are a part of the holiday, but not all cities permit fireworks displays. Our online team has you covered with details on what each municipality allows. Just scan the QR code in the corner of your screen or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. Time now to take a look at our final 5 stories we're following for today. Today marks the final day for Canadians to use their Toys R Us gift cards. A judge ruled the struggling retailer could stop accepting gift cards following a 2-week period after it filed for creditor protection. That period ends today. Toys R Us began creditor protection proceedings earlier this month as it struggled to pay its bills. Court documents show it had more than $36 million in outstanding gift card obligations at the time. The federal government's revamped electric vehicle rebate program went into effect today. Canadians are now able to access up to $5,000 from Ottawa to put toward purchasing a new electric vehicle. Plug-in hybrids are eligible for $2,500 in subsidies. The federal Liberals are spending $2.3 billion on the new incentive program. The University of Guelph Griffins women's curling team is heading to Regina for the U Sports National Championship after winning the OUA title for the first time since 1980. The Griffins defeated the defending champion McMaster Marauders in the gold medal draw. This was the final rock in the 7th end that scored 4, putting the Griffins ahead 6-4. The team is now at the National Championship in Regina, which runs tomorrow to Saturday. On the men's side, the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks are also going in as OUA champs, their 5th title in the last 6 seasons. At the Olympics, there were high hopes today for a pair of figure skaters who train at the Brant Figure Skating Club. Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud entered the free skate in 3rd position, and those who train and work with them gathered to watch their performance today, hoping for the best. While their skate started strong, there were a couple errors that set them back, the pair ultimately finishing in 8th place. And finally for us, it may be the fastest growing fitness race out there. High Rocks is an intense functional workout competition, which pushes people to their limits through different workout stations. There was one held in Kitchener today, which featured about 350 athletes of all different ages and categories. But this event had a new youth category too.
We are the first, racing business to bring young stars to Canada and North America, to be honest with you. So it is children ages 8 to 11 and 12 to 15 doing their first High Rocks race with us.
The next Canadian High Rocks race is in Ottawa in May. CTV's Spencer Turcott brings us the full story tonight at 6. Now, I don't know if you remember the Tough Mudder, but I was never able to do that, but I saw the people training for that. That was always crazy to see. And now High Rocks is around. I know some people, I think Spencer might be able to actually pull that off. Just wasn't in the mood to get sweaty today, but I'm sure you'll see some in that story of how good he is. He could pull that off. Well, that's our time. Thanks for watching. We'll have more local news coverage at 6. First, here's CTV's National News.